I need to understand what jurisdiction we're under.
Please.
Objection. Objection. Are we in a common law court? Yes or no? Case dismissed. Case dismissed because you refuse to rebuttal to the question regarding jurisdiction. You cannot proceed without honoring the jurisdiction.
April 26, 2023 will be set for an in-person bench trial in courtroom number 1.
Objection. I will not be showing up. Objection. I will not be showing up.
We've got a wild one on the docket today. This sovereign citizen might be one of the most defiant I've ever seen in a courtroom. The way she carries herself, you'd think the law doesn't apply to her at all. That's the thing with sovereign citizens. They often cling to a common law loophole that doesn't even exist in reality. The judge in this case shows remarkable restraint, holding the courtroom together despite the non-stop nonsense. Honestly, it's almost an achievement in self-control. Watching this, I can't help but wonder, how should the legal system handle people who come in with no intention of following the rules? Is it time to start cracking down harder on these antics? Or do we just let them talk themselves into trouble? Either way, this case is worth seeing through to the end.
First of all, are we on the record?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are we under penalty and perjury?
Are we on what, ma'am?
Under penalty and perjury, if you're willing to swear in.
I'm sorry, ma'am, I can barely hear you.
I said, is everybody willing to swear in under penalty and perjury?
Ma'am, we're not taking testimony as of yet. Today is the day and time scheduled for the pre-hearing and adjourned arraignment pretrial in these matters.
It still has to be placed on a record. He still has to be put under penalty and perjury because he's swearing to an alleged crime against me and holding me accountable. So even though this is just a hearing, it still has to be put on notice for the public as well.
Ma'am, today is the day and time scheduled for the pre-hearing and the arraignment pretrial. Would you state your name for the record, please?
Benita Seeley.
Ms. Seeley, Mr. Batar is the court-appointed attorney assigned to this courtroom for the day. He's indicated that you don't wish to engage his services. Is that correct?
No, let me explain my position. I asked him a simple question about jurisdiction. That's why this hearing has been re-adjourned for today, because the last hearing, none of the attorneys could answer the question in regards to what jurisdiction that we're operating under. So they want to proceed without addressing the jurisdiction, which is a violation of due process. So in order for him to represent me on any public record, I have to understand what jurisdictions he's operating on.
Here's where it gets interesting. The defendant's main strategy is to dodge every single question the judge asks. No matter how simple, no matter how direct, she refuses to give a straight answer. And credit to the judge, her patience. Here is incredible, because most people would have lost their composure after the first few exchanges. But this isn't a game of stall until the clock runs out. Courtrooms operate on facts and clarity, not evasive wordplay. Ignoring a judge's question doesn't make you clever. It makes you look like you're hiding something, or worse, like you have no grasp of the situation. Yet she keeps at it, doubling down with every vague response. It's almost like she's testing how far she can push before the judge finally says enough.
Ms. Seeley, if you do not wish to use the court-appointed attorney, and you confirm as much to the court right now, Mr. Batar can go back, ma'am, Mr. Batar can go back and do other things that he needs to do this morning. Do you wish to use Mr. Batar's services, or do you wish to represent yourself this morning, or do you wish to retain counsel through some other mechanism?
Under what charge, under which jurisdiction, and then who's bringing the charges against me?
Ma'am, there were citations issued against you in Huron Township for limited access speeding 11 to 15 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. That's a civil infraction. There's count 2, no proof of insurance. And there is the misdemeanor of driving while license not valid or improper license. Do you wish to use the services of the MIDC attorney, or do you wish to represent yourself this morning, or do you wish to retain counsel?
Who are the parties bringing this claim against me? It's a simple question. You're
I
trying to
answered your
avoid this
question, ma'am. I answered
Who's
your
bringing
question,
the
ma'am.
charge?
I answered your question, ma'am.
And could you re-answer it? Because I didn't hear it. Who's bringing the charges against me?
The citation that was issued to you was issued by an officer from Huron Township, Freddie Yono. It's the citation that was issued, is signed.
So it's
It
Freddie.
has his name and his ID number. Ma'am, my question to you is, do you wish to engage the services of the court-appointed attorney, or may I release him to go back to do some other work?
Wait a minute. I have questions before I can answer on. You're trying to get me to
No,
avoid
ma'am.
questions that you
No,
know.
ma'am.
Yes, it's
No,
a
ma'am.
due process violation. Objection. Yes.
Miss
Because you're not
Seeley,
hearing
this
me.
is
This
the
is a
Miss
hearing.
Seeley, this is the third and last time I'm asking you. Will you be using Mr. Batars to represent you this morning, or do you wish to retain your private attorney, or do you wish to represent yourself?
I need to understand what jurisdiction we're under.
Mr. Batar, you may return to your breakout rooms to meet with other potential clients. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I
Ms.
may,
Seeley, do you intend to represent, I'm sorry, Ms. Foley Carter.
I just want we started this case back in July. Ms. Seeley attended her first pretrial. She demanded that the case be dismissed. I declined. I asked that the case be set for a bench trial. Ms. Seeley objected, and Magistrate Hinman advised her to file a motion stating her objection. Since then, she asked Judge Green for her oath of office and then didn't appear for the court dates before Judge Oakley. So this case has been going on for quite some time with no resolution.
Because I'm asking a question and it requires a rebuttal and it's being ignored. You cannot violate the due process. This is a hearing, and any question that I have needs to be answered.
What makes it even stranger is that she still expects her own questions to be answered while refusing to respond to the judge. There's no logic in that. At one point, the judge asks her one of the most straightforward things imaginable: whether she wants an attorney, and she treats it like it's a complicated legal riddle. To her credit, she at least uses her real name, which is more than you can say for some sovereign citizens who insist on bizarre titles like living person or flesh and blood woman. That's the single point she earns here, and it's a small one. The rest of her performance is a mess of contradictions and stubbornness. It leaves you wondering, is she genuinely confused about the process, or is this all an act to drag things out?
You don't get to sit in the capacity of government and ignore the questions that the people have. Someone's bringing a claim against me. My only question is, are we dealing in a commercial or a common law, also known as a record of law, court? That's simple. So are we in a common law court, yes or no?
Marianne, a in-person bench trial date in this matter, please.
Objection. Are we in a common law court, yes or no?
January 23rd.
Case dismissed.
At 11 o'clock.
Case dismissed. Case dismissed because you refuse to rebuttal to the question regarding jurisdiction. You cannot proceed without honoring the jurisdiction. You cannot be in
Ms.
the capacity
Seeley,
of a...
The misdemeanor matter and the two civil infractions that are traveling with it that were issued on April 26, 2023 will be set for an in-person bench trial in courtroom number 1.
Objection. I will not be showing up. Objection. I will not be showing up. You refuse to answer the question of jurisdiction. You're trying to get me into the courtroom so you can take me against my will and lock me up in a cage like an animal. Objection. You do not have jurisdiction over me. You do not have judicial authority in North America. You are working for a municipality called the state of Michigan. You have no jurisdiction. You are an attorney. You work for a corporation. You are in a municipal capacity. You have no authority. You call yourself government. Your position is a public servant.
Miss
I am the objection.
Miss Seeley,
no, you cannot proceed as an attorney. Objection. I will not be showing up in court. I will appeal this matter. Objection.
There is no question pending to you, ma'am. This court will be muting you at this time because the court has muted Ms. Seeley as her responses are not responsive to the matter that is before the court. This matter is being scheduled for trial. If Ms. Seeley wishes to absent herself from that trial, that is her absolute right. The trial date is January
Objection.
23rd
I
at
will not
11
be showing up.
a.m.
And just like that, this chaotic hearing comes to a close. But the real showdown will happen at her next trial, where she finally finds out if the court has jurisdiction. Spoiler, they absolutely do. Honestly, I'm surprised she didn't. Gets slapped with a contempt charge here, because her constant interruptions and refusal to cooperate pushed the limits of courtroom etiquette. The judge's restraint was remarkable. Few could have stayed that calm. One thing Zoom hearings desperately need to change is requiring defendants to actually appear on camera. When someone hides behind a blank screen while tossing out random objections, the control in the courtroom goes out the window. And for the record, yelling objection as a defendant means nothing. It's not how legal procedure works. Still, moments like these make for incredibly watchable court drama. Whether she's truly lost in her own misunderstanding or just playing for time, this was one of the most chaotic hearings I've seen in a while. I have no doubt the judge won't forget her anytime soon.